So we're going to give a couple of ideas of how to do the rinsing process with the GaNs. One way that I do is I get these little marinators that they sell at the dollar store for $1 this time of year. It starts getting around holiday time. It's got a lot of holes in it and whatnot, but I like the long nozzles. So I just kind of cut that part off and use that. It just gives you something nice and long that kind of sucks up the GaNs really well. And then we'll put it way down into the GaNs and then start sucking it up. I'm going to do it like over here by the camera so you can see.
You're going to suck up my GaNs and I'm going to drain my GaNs.
Yeah, well, there's different ways, yeah.
Cool.
So you can either take the water off the top or suck the GaNs out the bottom, right?
Smart.
So, you know, I would, if I was doing the whole thing, I'd go around there and remove all of it.
And this is how you rinse your GaNs, or this is how you just remove? Okay.
This is how I rinse it.
Okay.
You know, so I would, you know, technically take all of that out, and then I would fill it with distilled water, let it get a good rinse, and then once it settles, then I'll do the same thing. Is I'll suction out that GaNs, put it into another container, and rinse it again.
Interesting.
And then
do it so differently. And you go from jar to jar.
And I do that 3 times, or back and forth.
It's cool.
I usually do 3. There's something beautiful with alchemy in 3, so we'll just kind of let that settle while you show yours.
Okay. So when I rinse my GaNs, it's this beautiful process. I get up in the morning and I can't wait to go see my GaNs. And usually it's settled really well overnight. And so I take a piece of aquarium hose for an aquarium bubbler. And I just put it down in my GaNs. And I suck on it a little bit. Start the suction process. I taste it. I get it in my mouth.
It's just salt water.
I love it. I love it. And I put it right down as close to the GaNs as I can get. And I let that sit there and drain. You can drain it into the sink and plasmafy your pipes and everything else in your world. Or you can take the water and dilute it and put it in gardens. It's pretty salty, so you have to be careful about putting it right directly on plants. It's kind of a waiting process to let it drain. I usually just do one jar after another in the morning, and it's really fun. So, and I usually rinse them about 6 days until there's no saltiness left. So, and what I'll do as soon as this is out of here is refill the jar with water, with fresh water. And what we're doing right now is draining the salt water off. This is CO2 GaNs. It was made with salt water. The GaNs are settled to the bottom. You know, we made this morning, so it's the end of the day. So it's settled. And this is the salt water. So we're draining the salt water off, and we're doing what is called washing the GaNs. And it sounds funny, you know, to think, oh, I'm going to wash a liquid. But the way that we do it is we keep cleaning off the water that has the saltiness in it, and then adding fresh water.
So the GaNs isn't water soluble, right? Because it settles out and becomes a precipitate that you can wash.
Right. I love it that we each have these methods, though. It's really cool.
And I have a different method from the two of you.
Well, you can pour. What do you do?
I suck off in a small container like this. I will take a baster and pull out all the excess water from the top, from the top down, and discard the water. And then when I get down closer, I'll suck off the.
You want to do the baster? Go ahead and do the baster.
Come over here, and we'll do it with this one.
Wow,
well, that one's not settled yet.
Well, it's close.
Not quite.
Okay.
You can do it off of here.
So what I do here, take the camera.
Okay, there's Linda's method.
What I do, which is a little bit faster than that one.
Right.
I just take and pull off this water on the top.
Get back enough. Show the baster because I'm seeing your hand. There we go.
And I just,
yeah.
I pull it off like that, and I get down low enough to the CO2 or the GaNs, and just
and it gets a little.
pour the GaNs into different rinse waters.
You get kind of go slow when you get down
Yeah,
there.
when I get closer to the GaNs, I'll be slow down on my suction.
And we each get to like our own method. It
Yeah.
becomes kind of natural.
And then I'll tilt it to give me more water level. Because it just gives me more water level. And to me, this is just a little faster. But you got to be real careful when you get down to the GaNs because it starts sucking the GaNs
And
out.
I love the siphoning tube because for me it's very gentle.
Yeah.
It doesn't disturb the GaNs.
Right. But this
And-
method, if I'm really careful and slow and easy at what I do, will suck off all the water. That's the method I use. And from this point, well, I'm really,
So
I
we to
get-
the point where we
you
can
see
add
when I
the
tilt
distilled.
it, I can get more water on top.
Here, let me hold it
And
for you, and then we
actually-
can add the.
Yeah.
You guys, this is
And
my
I can take it
GaNs.
this
and
way.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have really good tap water. I just
Yeah.
add the water that I have. If I have good filtered water, I add
Oh,
good
okay.
filtered water to it. I couldn't afford to use distilled all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to throw away the plastic bottles. I like teaching it more simply. So you guys have a good filter on your water and you have really good well water. So I'm just going to add that. I think
Yeah.
it's
And
really
that is
nice
so
water
cool.
for rinsing GaNs
Right.
with, and it's natural and
It's beautiful. We
healthy.
have 3 different methods of
Right.
cycling off the
Yeah.
water
Yep.
in the
And so
GaNs.
we'll let that settle and do
Yeah.
it again in the morning. And then do you have
And
another
same
one?
with this one. No, it's just, it's settling out, so I would wait, another hour or so usually, or overnight, doesn't matter. And then I'll do the same process where I siphon out the GaNs, put it in here, and then I fill it with distilled and I usually just do 3 rinses.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
We've each
Yeah.
got our own
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I do this until I can taste it and it's sweet.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Because I use the plasma water a lot. And I use it. I know you guys don't really consume it. You put
Haven't yet.
you put
We
it
just
in
use
things.
the plasma water
and I
and put it in
consume
it.
it, so I want it to get really sweet and fresh, and then it's
Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to do
Yeah.
that. Oh, well, I'm sitting here looking at that. Okay. Well, everybody say good night.
Good night.
Yeah. We won't look at the time here now.
No, look at the time.
What were you gonna do with
Time
that
is
other one?
insignificant.